Hello boys and girls, welcome back to the Joy of Sticks. Now, the decorating's all finished, which means I've got time to play games again. What better way to get back into it than to continue my top 10 favourite Atari ST games. We're on number 8, this is my 8th favourite Atari ST game, Oids from FTL. And an absolute demon it is as well. Now, a quick word about FTL. Not exactly the most prolific software house. To my mind, I can only think of 3 games that they've done. I'm sure somebody a bit more knowledgeable can correct me in the comments. But what crackers they were. I mean, oh. Okay, that's not good. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, we're back in business. Don't know what happened there, guys, never mind. As I was saying, FTL, I mean, they produced 3 games that I can remember. That's Dungeon Master, and obviously its updates and expansions. And this is Oids, and a game called Sundog, which I haven't actually played yet. But if you are only going to produce 3 games, then you may as well make them all absolute crackers. Now, Oids is, you can probably tell, is a bit like a Gravatar clone. Gravatar itself being an update of Asteroids, so the controls are very similar to that. There we go. You press left to rotate left, right to rotate right, and up for thrusters. And gravity is constantly acting on your ship. But thankfully, not as quickly as Earth's gravity. Otherwise that would make the game really difficult. And the basic premise is that your Oids, these little geezers, have been kidnapped by some evil android types and are being used as slaves. So you've got to go to each of these planets and sort out the bad guys and rescue your good guys. Yeah, so it's very similar to Thrust in a lot of ways. But yeah, one of the things that Oids adds to the ideas list here is the ability to pop on a shield, which is obviously very useful when dealing with turrets like that. And this idea of rescuing your little Oids rather than in Thrust trying to get that little sphere. Now this here, that'll be very easy to land here. And I might get a missile at the bum while doing so. Oh, here we go. That's a refueling pod. You land by one of those to fill up with fuel. So obviously each time you use thrusters, each time you, I don't know if using your shield depletes fuel actually, but yeah, certainly each time you fire thrusters, you'll use a little bit of fuel. Now these, if you can see that thing that's kind of pulsating there, that's got to be one of the most irritating structures in the game. what would you call it, a repulsor. So as you get close to it, it pulsates and pushes your ship away. Which, you know, when you're already fighting against gravity and getting shot at by turrets and all sorts of things, get in quick lads, all sorts of things, that really adds to, you know, really adds to the difficulty. Now, you might have seen at the top of the screen there, my geezers were waving. That's because I've got 8, which is a full load, so I need to go back to the mothership. Here we go, and dock with the mothership, and those Oids that I've rescued get on the mothership. I get an extra life, I think. Did I get an extra life? And stock up on fuel and bombs and stuff. So right, the level's not over, so that means, oh, there's obviously more Oids to be rescued. And here's some right here. With another. I'll try not to. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I was a bit slow on the old shield there. Because your shield depletes, you see. I'll show you that actually. If you, I like to use my shield at the last moment, because if you leave it on for too long, I'll leave it on for a bit so you can see. It starts to get duller. Can't really see any difference yet. Oh yeah, I think it's a bit grayer now, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Oh, sorry dude. And there you go, it's gone. And the only way to get it back is then to press space, which regenerates it, but then uses quite a bit of fuel to do so. And some time, so while it's regenerating. Oh, I don't know if you can use it actually while it's regenerating. That's maybe something I'll have to find out later. Alright, let's look for some more Oids. See, this game really is kind of, it's about patience really, and kind of precision. You know, you've got to really take your time, and if you try and do anything at speed, you're going to struggle really. I don't know if it's a good idea to try and pick these guys up yet, because there's a lot going on. There we go. Did they wave? They didn't wave, did they? That means I've got more to do. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I accidentally let off a bomb there. That's something else I can show you. So like, if I remember rightly, it's a double tap to let off a bomb. It's just like a bullet, but it, you know, bit of a wider range. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting to come across one of those quite so soon. Right, let's use the bombs on these. So this is a base. There's quite a lot of firepower and a big shield, which is hard to take down, and it deploys enemies as well that fly at you. So you know, they can be a bit of a worry. That wasn't too bad that time. Oh yeah, oh, I remember these. They're grief as well, little hidden pylons. You can just about see them sticking out if you really look. And obviously as you get close, that triangle comes out and releases hell. And luckily, it released hell. Oh, there's another one. When I had lots of shield, and there were lots of things, lots of rocks for the bombs to destroy themselves on. So when one of those things turn up at the wrong time, it can really mess you up. Now, let's get these. Always try not to shoot the trees if I can help it. You know, Mother Earth and all that. Not this is Earth, but there you go. Right, so yeah, you've got to land somewhere flat, a bit like Lunar Lander. It's got to be flat, so I couldn't land where those pods were, so I've got to wait here and wait for these geezers to come, and hopefully, I'll tell you what, let's boost up the shield while we're waiting. Hopefully this will be the last of the Oids. Oh, it is, but Or maybe it is, but I've got a full complement, so I'm going to have to go back to the mothership and then come back for those last few. Oh, how about that for a flyby? A strafing run. It should be up here somewhere. Here he is. Or she is, I should say, mothership. There we go. So I don't think you do get an extra life. It kind of looks like it, but then that extra life disappears. Very strange. Oh no, because I had 3 lives, didn't I? Because I took a rocket up the Jacksy. So yeah, you obviously do get an extra life. I wouldn't be surprised if something's down that little cavern there. I'll have to investigate if these guys aren't the last Oids on the planetoid. Yeah, so I was saying it's all about precision and taking your time really, because if you try and this is an intermediate level planetoid, but they get a lot tougher. Right, those guys aren't waving, so I've obviously got to find some more, and I would not be surprised if they're tucked away in this cavern. Yeah, so this is an, oh, careful. And into see, there you go, that's what happens when you rush. You know, it's very easy to make a little silly little mistake, and your ship is so fragile. Oh, I knew that was coming, I could see it. Alright, that was a better outcome. Just I don't need fuel, so I'm going to take that out to give me more landing room. Now you have to be really careful because the Oids are very fragile too. In fact, is one of them dead already? No. The Oids are very fragile, and they're still not waving. There's more of them. Yeah, they're very fragile, so you can shoot them by accident. You can, if you put your shield on actually, that kills them as well, that frazzles them. And you can, if you fire your thrusters at them, that burns them alive as well, so you have to be really careful with those guys. Let's see now, where are these other ones going to be? Let's just slow things down a little bit. Here we go. Oh, aha. No, that flashing, I don't know if you just saw that flashing thing on the left of the screen. Here's another one. This is a teleporter. And they're colour coded, so if I go in a green one, I'll come out in another green one. Alright, here we go. So there's an orange one. So if I go in the orange, I think I caught sight. That was the orange, wasn't it? There we go. By the pod. So we're in business. I wonder if these are the last. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, best not to go in. Teleporters at funny angles. Yeah, I really should have thought about that first, shouldn't I? Right, the geezers have waved, so they're ready to go home now. There we go. Yeah, it's always best to go straight down into a teleporter. I have to remember that one for next time. See, these are the kind of things that I'm talking about. You have to be thinking all the time, being really careful and precise with your inputs. It's actually quite a stressful game. It probably doesn't look it. You know, nice little drift through space and all that. A little jaunt in my spaceship. But no, it's quite a high maintenance game, this one. You have to really, really concentrate. And this is just an intermediate level. I mean, later on it gets crazy. Here we go. Oh, careful. Yeah, you can't be destroyed by your own mothership. This is what happens. Like, whee. I suppose you can be battered into rocks by it if you're not careful. There we go, level completed, and you move on to the next. And obviously it gets tougher and tougher. So there you go, guys, that's Oids, my 8th favourite Atari ST game. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the other 7. Take care.